Southern Indiana head coach Tracy Archuleta. The team begins its second season in the OVC, his 23rd overall at USI. Coach, just general thoughts on your team in this 2024 season.
Well, we're headed in the right direction. It's been exciting for us just to see some of the younger players kind of transitioning into this year. It's also been good to see with some of the returners of the improvements that they've made, especially on the bump. I think Coach Gobert's done a great job with the staff this year, and we're just looking in the right direction and excited to see them be able to perform in the OVC and early in the season.
You're not the new kid on the block this year. What was last year like, and was it maybe what you expected going into it, or did you not have any preconceived notions just from a whole general standpoint, how teams played, travel, stuff like that?
You know, what I thought the biggest surprise to me was the parity throughout the league. Day in and day out, from the top to the bottom, you didn't know what to expect, and it played out that way, at the conference tournament too. And that was probably the fun part about the season is just the parity, the competitiveness throughout the OVC, and that was for us just kind of an eye opener. Because normally, you usually have your top 3 or 4 teams and everybody else around, and that wasn't the case. It was every weekend you had to be prepared to be in a dogfight, and it was fun to be around.
What do you like most about your team this year?
It's definitely on our position player side of the guys that we have coming back. I think to say like most, I think where we're most experienced at is definitely on the position player side. When you have Tucker Ebest coming back, who had 12 home runs for us and had a really good season. You had Ricky Van Grieken, our shortstop, that's going to transition over. And then guys that, that we didn't play last year because of injuries, like Lane Crowden and Thomas Emmerich, and getting those guys back. We're just a little bit more experienced bunch. But at the same time, like I started to tell you, our staff's gotten better. I mean, Coach Gobert's done a good job. Gavin Morris has made big improvements, and we're expecting big things from him. From the recruiting side, I thought we brought in some good young talent along with some transfer guys that are gonna help us get better on the mound and have more depth. And it's about pitching and defense, and that's what we have to do because we know this league's gonna hit.
You all are obviously ultra successful at the Division II level. What was there a big jump in that talent level, or is there an area, like as you mentioned, with some like we need to get this area better because we just weren't quite there? Maybe was that related to the reclassification?
The biggest difference is how at the Division I level your weaknesses are attacked and it amplifies. All of a sudden when that 8-hole guy comes up, and and the competitiveness of that at bat, and you're getting into the deeper into your pen, and it was exposed, and you not only on the baseball side, but from the personality side, it was tough on our guys at times to be able to jump back in. Like I said, dogfight, and then just to be able to jump back in and say, okay, hey, we got to go compete. We got to go compete against Oral Roberts. At the end of the year, and those experiences for us were really big, just to let us know, hey, where we need to be at.
Michael, do you have any questions? I'll keep asking if not, but if you have something, feel free to ask away.
Yeah, I've got a couple. You mentioned Lane and Thomas coming back, some of the vets. And what does that do for a team when you get a couple of guys and some more that have been there for a while, that have, walked the walk, that know the halls? What does that do for the youth on the team, and how does it help them kind of excel in a year like this?
It helps them understand and prepare for what's ahead of them. And I'll say this, the experiences of starting conference and last year being new to the conference and, not knowing what to expect, the older guys are able to prepare the younger guys. Going into Oral Roberts, who ended up getting to the World Series and playing against that type of caliber team, our guys understand, you can't get wild when you walk into a park. When we go into Tennessee this year, when we go into Illinois, it's business. Yeah, you're going in getting the job done. Yeah, hey, we're gonna enjoy the atmosphere, but it's more about the game and how to prepare yourself, and don't get caught up in the limelight stuff, and understand that there's a job at hand. That's probably the biggest difference.
Last year being year one, now it's year two. What did you learn from last year, and how are you going to input the knowledge of the new league into this season?
I think what I learned, and what we all learned, not only our staff but our players, is focusing on the game at hand, not trying to look too far ahead, not dwelling on what was behind you, because sometimes you're going to get punched in the face. I mean, it's going to happen, and how you react to that dictates where your season's at. And we had a lot of games that we came down to, up in the 6th, 7th, and and into the 8th, that we weren't able to punch through. And I think a lot of that had to deal with the overall preparation and expectations of looking ahead, instead of just focusing on what the task is at hand. And so that's going to be big for us. I think the other thing is just understanding how great this conference is, how great Division I baseball is, and knowing that on any given day, hey, anybody can beat anybody, and being prepared for that day, and excited to make that the transition into it, and excited to make a big jump into the OVC and to Division I baseball.
Picked to finish 8th, which is not unlike where you guys finished last year. But what are your expectations for this season? Not aside from what the OVC thinks, what are your expectations for your team this season?
We've handled it this way, and we want to improve on what we did last year. We only had 17 wins. I believe we finished 8th last year. We'd like to finish above that. And it's going to be, we're going to have to be really good at resets. Early in the season, getting us prepared for the conference, knowing where we're at, getting into the middle of the conference, and having goals to exceed what we did last year. Everybody will be better. I mean, that's always the expectations. Is that if you're not going to be better, then somebody's going to pass you up, and we have room to improve. I feel we have improved. I feel that we have better players. I feel we have better players on both, not on the physical side, but on the mental side of knowing what to see, what to see, and we're excited about it. For us to finish higher than 8th is a good. Us to finish in the middle of the pack it'd be great. Yeah, but again, you just never know in this game, and we're going to handle day by day and try to improve each day, and that's our goal.
Last one for you, Coach, real quick. You're 17. Have you mastered the off-season reset yet? Or is it still difficult?
I had somebody ask the other day. They said, "Hey, Arch, it's Friday. Are you excited?" I said, "Every day's a Monday." So I don't know. I love what I do. Going into the season and into this is the best. It's one of the better parts of my day. Is spending time with our guys, being able to handle that. I don't want to say I don't need a reset. Hey, but I hit the golf course and do some things quite often. So I'm okay. So I'm good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Coach Wind, with this, just your team played one game in the tournament last year, but just the thought about the tournament being back in Marion and that venue to host the year-end championship.
Well, it was a short stint for us there. So we were there for 2 days, but it was a great. Marion was great. Great ballpark. Great for us and our fans. Very, they were able to get there, and I think that was something for us that was really nice to have. It's I look back at that, and it's no different than any other tournament game. You got to be good for 9. All 27 outs are important, and we're hopefully can get back there and make a little bit of run in that tournament.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time this morning, and best of luck to you and your team all season long.
All right, thanks, guys.